I like how it gives, as I try to type in a message into my own chat, it gives me my own rules back at me. Make sure you do. Shut up. I know the rules, I made them up. People. to the funny farm. Right. Exactly. I gotta get a lot of writing in today. My goal is a lot of writing. Stupid pop-up crap thing. Stop. God damn it. Alright. Oh, stop with the emails. Stop with the messages. Everything hurts me. I think the song is actually Everybody Hurts. Sometimes. I don't know. Gotta get some writing. Gotta get some writing in. I don't care what I'm writing today. This has to be stuff. Today and tomorrow, last 2 days of the month, I think I got to do like, I think I need like 4,500 words in 2 days in order to finally get my month in for the first time in like 4 months or something. So let's do this. Hopefully you get some writing in as well, Mr. Duffy. This is a reminder to everyone to resubscribe or subscribe as yeah. Can't talk today. I would appreciate it. And also follow me on YouTube and subscribe to me there as I can't talk. What the hell? Just do things. having a twitch stroke? I think I am. I can't think or talk or anything. Is my face all red? There's Nick Zinn. What's up, Nick? Working today? Or hardly working? But that joke will never get old. No work, no love, no kidding. Nice. Just relax. It's a Monday. It's a Monday, and I'm Nick Zinn. I'm doing whatever the hell I want to do today. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to work. I don't want to love. I don't want a kid. I get it. I get it. No manic Monday for Nick. No, this is a non-manic Monday for Nick, is what I'm saying. Wish it were Sunday. Now I got that song in my head. Thanks, guys. Apparently, I can't write either. It was Sunday. We have a rule that's called stress-free Sunday, where we don't worry about anything and do whatever. But yesterday got a bit screwy because I ran out of pizza rolls. Yeah, I don't know how you don't lose your mind at that point. I told Shelly that. I said, Tom's very upset. He ran out of pizza rolls, and I said to subtly say to his girl, here's your shoes, here's the keys, here's your wallet, there's the door, go get me some damn pizza rolls. And she said, how do you think that would work for you? I said, hey, I didn't say, hey, Tom, this is what I do. I said, Tom, this is what you should do, because if he gets his ass kicked, what do I care? And Shelly said, you know what? We never run out of pizza rolls. I said, I know. I said, but the problem is we get precariously low sometimes. Precariously. Last night I'm like, what are we going to have for dinner? I don't know what are we going to eat? And she's like, what do you want? And I said, you know what I really want? A hot roast beef sandwich. And she said, well, we could get roast beef from Publix. And I said, that'd be perfect. And I just make a couple of bagel sandwiches. And she's like, I'm not leaving the house, so I'm not getting out of my pajamas. I said, neither am I. So she's like, well, let's be rich people, and let's place a Publix order and have somebody Instacart it. So we put in a bunch of lunch meats, ham, salami, Swiss cheese for me, baby Swiss, roast beef, and what else? Just a bunch of other random things, like 20 items, boom. Some chips, and then And then a woman showed up. She's kind of cute, and delivered our food to us. And we paid more for it, and I don't care because then I made 2 hot roast beef sandwiches on plain bagels, and that's what we ate last night. Tom says we can pretty much just say, how do you think that would work for you about anything any of us 4 do? Pretty much, yeah. And we already know the answers to anything you or I say. We know what they're going to say. Amanda Ward in the house. Hey, Amanda. So, the same weekend that Amelia Island, the book festival, is next year in February 22nd, I believe. I was looking at, I'm in some group, new Facebook group, with Florida events, Florida book signing events. And somebody had popped in that one. But then they also said Tropicon in St. Augustine is that same weekend. It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And they run it like the romance conventions. Thursday's like a meet and greet thing. Friday is a bunch of speakers. They do a buffet lunch, and then Saturday from like noon to 6 or something that's the book signing. So you're only doing the Saturday. You're doing one day book signing, and then I think Sunday there's a 2-hour book signing or something, and then like anything. Anyway, I'm thinking of doing that one instead of the Amelia Island one because the tables are $280. You can share a table, but they're $280, and they pick you first come first served. But I put in for it. I don't know if there's anything left, but I'm going to. That makes sense. Amelia Island wasn't very good yet. Roslav Anton, welcome in, first time chatter. So I'm thinking about I'm going to do that if they will accept me. Now, if they don't accept me, then I'll probably just do the Amelia Island one. But Amelia Island, wasn't all that great this year. So I think I need a break. And then St. Augustine it's not that far. So, like the hotel, it's in a hotel, one of the historic hotels in St. Augustine. But basically, I just drive in every day. Not a big deal. So I don't have to get a room or anything. It's an hour drive. So there you go. So that's just letting you know it's Tropicon, and I guess they did really well the last couple of years, and now they're doing multiple ones all across the country. But they're always going to do the St. Augustine one. They said that's their biggest and best one. Never go wrong with Manwich. I am not a Manwich fan at all. I'm not a Sloppy Joe fan. I don't like. I'm not a big fan of that loose meat sandwich that stains your shirt and gets all over you. I can't eat like that. Tom says, "Was she like, oh, I don't take cash for tips," and start unbuttoning her shirt? She did have a nice set of boobs on her and a nice little bubble butt. She also, I think, had her lips done, so she had some unnatural thing, but she's cute. She was a blonde. Probably in her 40s. Very friendly. Of course, it was like the one time my wife also got to the door when she walked up. I'm like, normally I'm always the one who has to get all the food, grab everything. But I guess because there's so many bags. And then when she left, I gave the wave, but I was also just staring at her ass went down. And then Shelly said, all right, enough of that. And I went, what? Saturday is sweat your ass off day outside. Yeah. My Saturday was it wasn't bad because it was a nice breeze Saturday at the book signing, and there was it was cloudy on and off, which was good. Nick says, that's how I deliver food. Plenty of warrants out for me now. Yeah. $208 a table? Dang, is that low or high for a book event? It depends on the, like, Scares the Carry was $250. I think it's now $275 starting next year. That's probably about your average. That's why usually you share a table with somebody. Now, when I go to St. Louis in October, I just paid for that table $250. I'm just going to sell books. I'll make my money back. And then I don't have to have anybody annoying with me. If Tom was going, I would have shared it with him, but he's not. But he and I will be doing Williamsburg again next year. Did you tell Peter Marsh first time MondoCon attendees also pay $75 for everyone? Yeah, he got the same email as everyone else. Oh, for everyone. Yeah, you got to pay for everyone else. I forgot that part. Yeah, I don't think he got that email, but... And there's 10 of us, so it's $750. Because even though I live here, you also have to pay for my food. I got several people have paid their $75 so far, which is good. So I'm happy there. I work in education. Oh, you got more money than you could ever possibly spend in your lifetime. Yeah, I mean, you're just probably you got money like crazy. Stacks of it in the house. Like your wife built a throne for herself with all that. Chad Hoey, late as usual. Actually, I don't think you're ever really late. He was making goats in pajamas videos, so that dude, Chad Hoey's making more money than all of us combined. So yeah, so I think I'm going to do... so the good part about the St. Augustine ones is it's just me driving there every day, back and forth. Not a big deal. It's an hour. And they have a buffet. There's a buffet. Not as late as Frank Hoey, yeah. Chad Hoey had to deal with rogue goats. Yeah, those goats sometimes, they go a little rogue and they're out there shooting and beating the shit out of the cows. Well, that crapped out. So I'm going to be doing, hopefully, they will get back to me and say, yes, you are accepted for... And it seems like there's a crap load of authors. There's like 100 authors that were listed for this year's event. And most of them I did not know. So, I guess that's good. It's not genre specific either, which is also good. But like I said, they run it like a... seems to be run... I'm sure the people who put it together are people who have done romance conventions like this, because it's one day of selling lots of coffee clutches and clatches and dinner with your favorite author, all that kind of crap. All to entice readers to come and spend money. So I'm looking forward to that, hopefully. And as soon as I saw the date on it, I'm like, I guarantee that's the same as the Amelia Island one. Clatches are mid. Yeah, I've done a couple of them, and they are mid at best. Whatever the cool way of saying below mid is, that's what they are. Dave Baldacci did a talk at the local theater on Thursday. Of course, I heard about it yesterday. Of course. Any tales from your book signing? Nothing really crazy. I sold 3 books. I did not do great. It was a weird day. It was very warm. We're outside, so there was supposed to be 5 authors from like 10 to 12 or 10 to 2. and only 3 of us showed. And one of them had another event, and then another one just never showed. So, like, I think it was like 12 authors for the whole day, and I think like 8 of them ended up showing. So, when we first got there, there was a woman who, you bring your own table and chairs. So she sets up her 8-foot table. She got one book. She sets up her 8-foot table, and she has an easel on either side of her, giant easel. And then all kinds of shit on the table. Because again, you got one book. And so you have artwork, and you have all this stuff, and you have all this pink bags and all this other weird shit. So when I got there, I immediately said to Shelly, yeah, this ain't gonna fly. So I go inside. The lady who's running it, she's like, all right, set up wherever you want. I said, I would like to set up under the awning, but the woman out there has taken up about 15 feet of space. And she's like, oh, let me look. So she's like, hey, can we get rid of one of these easels, and can you put the other one, like, since it's only you, can you put it behind the table? And she's like, well, I like this setup, blah, blah, blah. And then I said, I'll just put my table in front of your easels then and block the sidewalk. Like I was just being an asshole. And then she's like, oh, okay, I'll move them. So then she moved her shit over, and I set up. And, which is fine. She was only there till 12. But then this woman, she's a school teacher, sat up next to me. And again, she had one book. Her first book signing ever. And is a book called, like, The Stuttering Butterfly. Because apparently when she was a kid, she stuttered a lot. So she wrote this book, which is fine. Okay. And her dad was there. So they're African Americans. The dad shows up, and he's got duct tape, and he's fixing things. And it was a little windy, so she got these big posters, and they're blowing around and all this. And then 400 people show up for her. Nobody's buying books. It's just like her entire family and every teacher in the world that she's worked with. They all show up. And they're all just crowding in front of my table and her table. So people can't even get around. For like the last hour. Because like she was there from 12 to 2. And from like 12:30 to 2 o'clock, there was just like 40 people. And they're all chit-chatting, and they're also just having this great time, and nobody's buying any books. And I'm getting annoyed, and it's hot, and the sun shifted, so now it's between the 2 awnings, and it's just... So that was really annoying. And I wanted to say to her, hey, next time maybe you do a book signing and have 400 people, maybe don't have them standing in front of your table and in front of my table. They're all just... And these people are just standing there talking, and I really wanted to just, hey, the fuck out of here. So that was kind of annoying. So I did complain. I was like a little bitch when I went in to get paid. I did complain to the lady who runs it. She's like, how did it go? I said, not good. I said, 3 books. She's like, oh. She's like, what do you... I thought we had traffic. I said, well, we had 1 billion people out there. They were all for the lady next to me, and they were all standing in front of my table the whole time. And she's like, well, that's not good. And she's like, well, you should have said something to me. I said, I couldn't. I was trapped behind my table the whole time. And so I was like, that was just friggin' annoying. So that was that. But then afterwards we did go out for pizza, me and Shelly. So it was a good day out. Amanda Ward says, the romance community is up in arms about one of the last big events. It's a huge topic right now. What happened? Do tell. Imagine how many you would have sold if 12 showed up. You didn't recognize how important she was. Apparently not. Saw that video of you on that show. Didn't see the guy who I now have on a shirt. No, it was different people. I was kind of hoping he would show up again. They were going to do the same panel because it was such a good panel. So then my wife's like, it's a kid's book. Oh, I'll buy a copy because we could put it in our little free library. And I mean, it's like it's illustrated book. It's like 10 pages. It was $20. So she bought it because she wasn't going to be a jerk and be like, yeah, this is too much, and hand it. go out and hand it back to the girl. But all right, people are just unrealistic with pricing and stuff. What page am I on? I'm on the third. Okay. You always make these events I don't do with you sound so fun. Exactly. Then you're like all like, oh, I wish I was there. I wish I could have seen all that. Before those people showed up, though, 400 people showed up to block me in. And that other annoying lady was there. We did have a lot of people that were coming to the table. I only brought Dirty Deeds, the First Coast Thrillers, and the Heist Trilogy. And because you know the pain in the ass there is they have to put all of your books in their system. So that was the other thing. The old lady who normally screams and yells at you to move your car and all that, she was not there. That was like the mom. I don't know if she's still around. So I didn't want to ask. But some other lady was there. So we move our car to the back and then nobody else moves their car to the back. And so I grab one of each book and I bring it inside. I'm like, here, you got to put these in the system because I know I just pumped all my books to $15 because it's they take 40%. Everything's run through the store register. So I'm like, I'll still make $9 a book. That's fine. But I know in there they were like $12.95 or something, whatever the weird price was. So I go in there and I say, hey, here's the books to put in your system. And then some lady who I never saw before, she pulls up my name and she's like, oh, you have like a bunch of books in here. I'm like, yeah. I'm just worried about these 9 because a woman has already taken Dirty Deeds and she's in the store shopping, but she's going to come to the counter and I know it's listed at cheaper than 15. So could you change that one first? Oh, so how much is the Beast now? I said, everything is $15, but please do me a favor. I don't have all of these books. I only have these 9 books because I bought the first 3 copies of the series and I bought the 3 heist books. So the Beast is $15 and I just like, Jesus Christ. And I just like went back out and I was just annoyed. I'm like, I literally have like probably like 50 books in your system, but they're all, and she's doing each individually, and I'm thinking, this lady's going to come to the counter and you're going to charge her $12.95 for this book, and then I'm going to be pissed and I'm going to say to the owner, you owe me a couple dollars. They were all happy that not only you signed the heist books, but the author who wrote the cult classic Socks had already signed them. Yes, they were very excited about it. I mean, I didn't sell any copies of it because they were like, I don't know if other people would want this, and I don't want to be the one that buys all these books, and then the really huge Sox fans wouldn't be able to get a copy. So that's pretty much what didn't happen. I did get people asking about it, but the other ones they grabbed. So I saw like one Dirty Deeds and 2 Shakedown. That was it, and that's why I don't bring 12 books in a series to these events because you're not going to. I'm lucky if I could sell 3. And I wasn't doing any, there was no 3 for anything because it was all, they can't handle that in their system. So I just had to do everything at $15 and we're good. So, it was a good time. Me and Shelly hung out. Next page, Nick's in finally. Next page. Now I can write. I'm glad you just saw that. Pay attention. It's not like you're working or anything. Hanging out on a lazy Monday. So I don't know when the next signing is. I think technically the next signing is October at this point. But I'm sure there'll be some captivated berries. Well, you know what? 100% I get that. I wonder if I will add any more events or if any more events will be coming up soon. Because MondoCon is not a selling event. BoucherCon is not a selling. Although BoucherCon technically is a selling event. I just have to fill out the paperwork. And they do like the Saturday 2-hour, anybody who wants to sell books, thing. So I might do that because we're driving to Nashville anyway, so I might as well pack a crate of books. And then Nink isn't a selling event, so there you go. Ooh. Ooh, I'm burping up. That tastes like the salami. Ham salami and roast beef on cinnamon raisin bagel with baby Swiss. The best of all the Swisses. Swiss Family Robinson. We had the lady came this morning and she cleaned the house, did the dusting and all that because we're rich. And I'm not doing it. My wife on Saturday, she's like, hey, can you vacuum? I'm like, no, you got the lady coming Monday to vacuum. We're paying her money to come and vacuum. She's very nice. She also wears, probably my age, little chunky, which I like, and she wears stretchy pants. So, cleaning and a show today. Like, we're ordering groceries. People go buy our groceries for us. People come to the house and clean up after us. I mean, this is living the life right here. Life living. I gotta write a lot of words today and tomorrow to get my month in. So, Amanda, once it becomes the first, then we'll figure out when we can hang out. Again, you come over and write, and then also when the lunch is. There was a maid service in LA that did topless cleanings. I looked them up, and everyone I recognized from a porn movie. I think that cleaning thing was a front. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I had a guy, Eric, that I worked with. He was my assistant manager at Dollar General. And one day I had come back from the bank. And as I'm walking, there's a chick that had just gotten out of a truck, and she's bending over, and she's wearing a short little skirt and a G-string underneath, and her legs are kind of spreading, like you can see everything. And I just took my time walking inside, just walking really slow. I was like, wow. So I go inside, and Eric is standing by the door looking at me, and I said, holy crap, did you see that? And Eric said, yeah, I've seen her before. That's my sister. And I said, oh, well, your sister has an excellent vagina and also a nice butthole. And then I just walked past him and thought he was going to punch me out, but he did not. And then it turns out that she did topless maid service. And she didn't have big boobs. But then I said, of course, then I was talking to her and I said, is that it? Like, you just walk around? And she says, yeah. And then, like, the guy will... They always ask if there's anything extra. And I said, oh. And what happens then? She goes, well, we're not supposed to do that. There's not supposed to be anything extra. We make our money. We clean the house topless. And that's it. And I said, do you do a good job cleaning? And she said, no, they don't really care. And I said, do you do extra stuff? And then she just smiled and she said, of course I do. I'm like, there it is. And then Eric later on said, you're not hiring my sister. I said, why would I hire your sister? I'm thinking I probably would have hired his sister. Amanda says, yeah, I should be first drafting again when May hits. Perfect. So probably that first Tuesday in May. We'll look at that. Oh, yeah, there's always extra. So she never gave me the prices on stuff, but it was interesting. I'm sure she made a crap ton more money than he did because this was 13 years ago. About 13 years ago, and I think he was making $9 an hour as an assistant manager. I'm sure now they make $9.25. as an assistant manager. I don't miss that. It was like $40,000 was their top management pay for like 80 hours a week. Just nonsense. I work 80 hours a week now for, I mean, $20,000. No. It's too hot outside. It is 82 degrees here, but I'm sure if I looked, they would say it's 82 degrees, but it feels like 146 or something. Just tell me it's 146 degrees out. There is a breeze, though. Mostly sunny. Scattered clouds in the sky. My wife is going to Atlanta tomorrow into Wednesday. But I made sure I was like, listen, I want pierogies, I want raviolis, I want lunch meat. So I'll be fine the next couple of days. Don't anybody worry about me. Don't worry about me. That's why I'm hoping when she leaves early tomorrow, I'm hoping I get up and I get a lot of writing in tomorrow. So I might be. What is tomorrow? Yeah, I might be on Twitch tomorrow. That means in St. Augustine it's 196, pretty much, yeah. Especially when you're walking through the St. George Street and stuff, with all the buildings rising up on either side. That hot pavement and the hot wind just wraps around you. Yeah. right. Another chapter done. I'm going to switch to something else. I was like, "What the? Oh, that's all right. That's the new one Tom's working on." Ugh. I'm gonna be honest. I don't feel like even starting another chapter or something else. I think I'm going to relax. Anybody else got anything exciting? Anybody doing anything exciting over the weekend? Anybody have a big end of April party scheduled? Anything like that? Anything? Nothing? All right. I will definitely see everybody Wednesday. Likely I will see you tomorrow. But I don't want to say definitely and jinx it. But everybody, thank you for hanging out. I sincerely appreciate it. As a reminder, resubscribe or subscribe, and also subscribe on my YouTube as well. I appreciate it. Appreciate all of these supports.